So, man, it's been 3 weeks. What you been up to?
Man, same old, just joshing around. I'm Josh.
I'm Josh.
Welcome to the Joshing
Welcome to
Around
Josh and Around.
podcast. Let's get into it. What's that stuff that you're winning on eBay?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I won a bid for the first appearance of Kyle Rayner for like $12 total, and it's supposed to be in really good condition. We'll see when it
Ooh-wee.
gets here. I got first appearance of Negan. It's a variant cover, but I got it for $2, and it was really good when it got here. The shipping guy fucked it all up.
Oh
I'll put a
man,
picture. I'll send a picture or put a picture here for y'all can see what it looked like with the shipping process. But the comic still came out all right. But dude, it pissed me off so
I
bad.
just
And then
remembered that's the one that was stuck in the
yeah,
box.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. It was horrible. And then I'm currently winning a bid for the first appearance of Deathstroke. For it's at $40 right now, but it's according to the description, first printing, never before been opened, bagged and sealed, so it should be pretty good. Yeah, it's a very exciting stuff. I'm really excited about the Kyle Rayner though. Like I really am.
I've got Paul Pope's Battling Boy coming in. It's he's a writer artist duo. He does it both. And he also did a Batman Year 100. If you've seen that,
I
he
haven't.
he looks fucked up.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? What is that, dude? It looks like Meat Canyon.
That's it. Really
It looks.
does. That's how Paul Pope draws.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to read his books, man. This looks
I
horrible.
love
To
that
be honest.
shit. Like
Uh,
the
They sound.
ugliness. That's
Yeah,
Battling Boy.
that's not too bad. I mean, I don't know what's going on in his feet, but he looks all right.
I used to look like that when I was younger, so my dad used to like draw that character all the time. For this video, wanted to do something a little different. We should do a top five of something.
Hear me out. Top five comic book movies,
That's a great one.
and I feel like that'll be a lot of controversy there because I
Yeah.
feel like both of us are gonna have one on there that nobody likes. And I'm going strictly off of like what I enjoy the most, not like what the best is. 'Cause I think the best is probably like Infinity War,
Yeah, the
but
best, but like favorite,
yeah, I'm just going favorites.
not objective top five.
At my fifth spot, mind you, my personal fifth favorite comic book movie. It's a new one. It's a great one. It is Superman 2025. I have the IMAX variant cover right here for All Star Superman #1 that I got from an IMAX screening.
Wait,
It was.
damn, IMAX
I
exclusive?
got two. I got two. Yeah, I got
Hell
two.
yeah.
Well, like you could get that Dan Mora cover on a recent Superman issue, but it has the IMAX print
Mm.
right here on the side, so it is IMAX exclusive. Can't get it anywhere else. It was fucking awesome. Like it was everything I needed to be. Genuinely, I felt like such a better person leaving that theater. Um, Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Elizabeth Mossad as Hawkgirl. Dude, everybody was so good. I can't remember his name, but the guy that plays Mr. Terrific, like it was just so good.
Eddie
Lois
Gathegi.
Lane, Ellison,
He got his
very
redemption
cool.
for X-Men First Class.
A little foreshadowing for the following list. Anyway,
Me too.
yeah, it was just such a great movie, such a great time. Of course, it has a little bit of flaw, but dude, I'm telling you, DCU came in with a fucking grand slam, and I was so happy to be in that theater to see Superman finally get a good live action movie after fucking 20 years. It genuinely warmed my heart.
Starting off my top five, I've got Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm. That's a sleeper pick, dude. That's great. That's great. I
Sleeper
love it.
pick.
I love it.
So I feel like this is some of the most Spider-Man behavior that we've seen in a live-action movie. Now, Tobey Maguire, he had them hands, he was putting belt to ass. But Andrew Garfield with the quips, the way that he's fighting Lizard, where he's like crawling around his body, like, and the use of his webs, the swinging scenes are so good. The texture on that suit is amazing. The only thing I would change about that movie is the suit though, where the with the yellow eyes. I'm like, and he doesn't have like the belt that wraps around his waist. But that's like my only complaint. I love that movie, but they made Peter Parker a skateboarder, which is like they made him a little bit too cool. But like, that's it. I love that movie though.
I definitely agree with everything you said. I think I'm a little bit less critical in the suit. I think TASM 2 is the best live action Spider-Man suit, but TASM 1
100%.
I do believe is a very close second. But your complaints are completely valid. I think that movie gets way too much hate.
I do too. Where do you think that TASM 2 suit stands compared to the Brand New Day suit?
I think Brand New Day has the potential to be the best suit ever, but I need to see it in action.
Yeah,
Um, it's been so long since I even looked at it. We definitely need to talk about that when the movie comes out because
100%.
the reveals that we got look fantastic.
It looks like what I would expect from a Spider-Man suit.
I think you hit the nail on the head with everything you said about Amazing Spider-Man. And I think the scene whenever he's saving the boy from the car and he gives him the mask to give him strength, like that is such a. I got chills right now. That is
Yeah.
such a Spider-Man to do. I think that movie was so fantastic, and again, it has its flaws, of course. I don't like that they made him like an emo skater boy. I feel like you're absolutely right. He's way too cool to be Peter Parker. He's not geeky enough. But nonetheless, dude, his chemistry with Gwen Stacy in it was so good. Dude, like, I'm telling you, man.
Dude, like Uncle Ben's like, he has you on his computer.
Yeah, dude, it's great. I love it, dude. I love it. It was such a good pick. It's a fantastic pick. Also, I do think I need to preface this. I was only doing live action.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I'm looking
Me
at my
too.
list. Okay, all right, fantastic. I don't think we addressed that because I realized that I don't have into or across on here. So, only live action. At my number 4 spot, this is a lot of people's number ones, completely justifiably so. I have Infinity War. So, the reason why it is this low, I think you have to have the 10 years behind it to make it as fantastic as it is. Now, it is still incredibly well put together. There are some of the best moments in the MCU in it, but it still hinges on that previous 10 years of relationship building, of world building to get to that payoff. And holy shit, was it a payoff. The snap scene, dude. I remember I left that theater with a group of like 6 people in one car. We didn't say a fucking word the entire hour.
Everyone's just like,
like, exactly, dude. Exactly, man.
they all turn to dust. You're just like, holy shit, we lost.
Rocket watching Groot die, dude?
He's like rummaging through the ashes.
Dude, it made me
Jesus.
cry.
Jesus.
I think I was like, I want to say I was like 13 when this movie came out, dude. I cried at that, and then, dude, I didn't give a shit about Spider-Man and Tony's relationship at the time. I do now, but him saying, "Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good," saying he doesn't want to go, dude. Holy shit!
Yeah, that was
man.
pretty
Like,
emotional. It like kind of got memed. I don't feel so good.
It made me so sad afterwards.
Yeah,
and then,
me
like,
too.
The first thing Tony says to Cap when he gets back to Earth is that he lost the kid. Like, holy shit! Talk about some emotion. They did so good with that movie.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on it, man?
I fucking love that movie, to be honest. I didn't even have it on my top 5 though. I can't lie. Because I mean the other ones I enjoyed more, I think hold up better, like you said, because you have to have the 10 years of films. I feel like if you're watching Infinity War, you have to watch the whole discography first.
Right.
It's like it's not a finale, but like close to it. In my number 4 spot, I have Superman. So, everything that you said, all the supporting cast is amazing. David Cornsweet is Superman. That suit is fantastic. A lot of people were complaining about how it was going to be like too baggy or it didn't look right, but Frank Quietly's All-Star Superman is one of the inspirations, and the way that his suit fits, you can see all the wrinkles, and that like the idea behind that is that he's a man. I mean, he's an alien, but he's a man. I think that movie did very well at promoting that, like the speech where Lex Luthor and him are going back and forth, and he's like, I put one foot before the next, like everybody else. I don't know what my next move is going to be. I get upset, I'm human. And I think that's amazing.
And I don't want to mention Crypto either. Like, I don't know.
Oh, and he's a big part of the movie, like showing his compassion for animals. And it's not even his dog. It's his cousin's dog.
And then the squirrel.
That was so
Yeah.
good. And that almost got taken out in like the test screening, where they were like, they didn't like that he stopped to save the squirrel. Well, I think that shows his character so well.
And him trying to save the kaiju as well, trying to find a solution to
Yeah,
save it.
I thought that was
Yeah.
whenever I was seeing that firsthand, I was like, this is so Superman. You know, he's like, come on, guys, there's got to be a better way to do this.
You should do.
Exactly, and he's like one of his first things that he says, like Crypto's biting his cape and stuff, and he's like,
Mm.
what does he say? Holy moly or some shit like that.
I don't remember.
I don't know. He
Something
says,
silly.
yeah, he says something Boy Scouty. It just works. But the only complaint that I have is that it was maybe paced a little bit too quickly. Not for my taste, to be honest, but maybe for like a casual viewer who doesn't know as much about Superman to begin with.
Right.
It just like jumps right into it, which is part of the reason why I love it. But it's maybe not the best entry for some people.
Maybe I could definitely see that take if you have somebody that has like no knowledge about pop culture at all. But I think James Gunn made a very good point, saying like we don't need to see the Pearl scene again, and we don't need to see Krypton.
Yeah, I agree though.
Yeah, I do too. Even though I think the Pearl scene is shot so well in every single movie. So
It
it's
really
like, it's
is.
interesting to see how each director does their own way of spinning it. But I can understand too. We don't need to know like we know that their parents are dead.
Yeah,
But I do agree that if someone doesn't know about pop culture, it definitely it's a hard jump to get into.
because they don't, explain or they don't show that stuff. They have to explain it later. So like the first like 5 to 10 minutes has a lot of exposition in it. I wish we got to see Superman actually fighting the Hammer of Baravia, but I do get what he was going for with the fact that he wanted the movie to start with Superman at his lowest and then end with Superman at his highest,
Right.
which it works. That brings up the question, what do you think about the DCU's future where whoever's writing the Batman Brave and the Bold, I forgot her name,
Brave and the Bold is written by Andy Muschietti, who did
directed.
Flash.
The writer is has been announced, or well, not officially, but announced as the one who did the writer who did the screenplay of The Flash and the screenplay of Birds of Prey.
Okay.
This is breaking news right here. We're getting Clearwater's first reaction, his real raw reaction.
So I don't like to do a lot of negativity. I usually, if you know my page, I do a lot of positively things. Like I post like my favorite stuff. I don't very often talk about things I dislike. I'm gonna break the ice real quick. That's great for modern time right now. Fuck the movie Flash, dude.
Fuck 3-letter agencies.
Yes, fuck three-letter agencies as a fucking whole. I mean, I think we know why we're saying this, but fuck three-letter agencies.
Fuck them.
Every single fucking one of them. And if you are a comic book fan, right, like an actual person that indulges in the comic book media, and you fucking agree with what's going on, go back and read your fucking source material, or just drop your fucking pull box.
If you have above a second grade reading level, you would know that your heroes would not stand for this.
And the amount of fucking troglodytes that I have in my comment section being like, oh, that they support the law. They're fucking vigilantes. The law and justice are not the same fucking thing.
One of
okay?
Captain
Just so we're on the
America's
same-
most famous movies, Civil War, he is opposing the government.
Actually, he's fighting Nazis, like actively. He's fighting neo-Nazis that have infiltrated our government.
That's some crazy
Yeah.
shit that would never happen in real life.
We could never have Nazis in our federal government. There's no
Nope.
fucking way. Dude.
Nope.
Anyway, fuck that movie. That is the worst movie ever, dude. It is god awful, dude. I hate that fucking movie, dude. It's So now we're having the director and the screenplay writer. That's
People are like,
yikes. I'm very scared.
people are like, Andy Muschietti was just a director. You can blame the writer for this. A lot of people went into this, and you could say studio meddling was a part of it, but now we have both of the people that were working on it. Uh-oh.
The worst comic book movie ever fucking made is The Flash. I'm serious, this is the worst. And it is so far against, like, I'd even say that Man of Steel is a more enjoyable movie than The Flash. And that's a crazy fucking statement. But this goes so far beyond the source material, and it just, look at the Flashpoint Paradox animated film and adapt that. Like, it's dead ass, shoot it scene for scene, and cinema. It's cinema. You're right. It's fantastic. And it just they didn't do that. And I will say though, as a benefit to the screenplay and to Andy Muschietti, the best scenes in that movie involve Supergirl and
Yeah,
Batman.
100%.
So I will say that they did do Batman really, really well. Even though it wasn't Thomas Wayne, the fight scenes were the closest I think we've seen to like Arkham style Batman fighting. Yeah, so I think that we could get some good things out of it. And I do believe that Andy Muschietti, and I'm not sure of the initial ideologies of her screenplay, were I think if they didn't have so much studio meddling, they probably would have done a better job. But nonetheless, that is still a really big fucking stick
Yeah.
on your fucking resume, dude.
And they, like you said, with studio meddling, they went through 45 different writers before landing on Christina Hodgkinson.
That's insane work for real.
Yeah, like they've been trying to get that movie off the ground since Man of Steel. That's like 10 years of creative differences going into that movie.
I mean, I think it was doomed from the start, though. I think Ezra Miller's Flash, I think
Yeah.
the design of Flash, the characterization of Flash, I think the fucking huge budget with that CGI slop fucking show that we got.
Dude,
I just, it's, and I'm not one to shit on like graphics. I get that people do what they can with what they have. That's a fucking huge budget. It's like what 200 mil.
yeah, I don't know. Way too
It's an
big for it to
insane
look
budget.
like that.
Yeah, and again, now some of the differences they made, like I think it being Supergirl instead of Superman was perfectly fine. They handled that really well. I do believe she's the best part of that movie. I think it was
Yeah.
a fantastic scene with her. But why the fuck is Zod the villain? And where the fuck is Eobard Thawne?
Oh my god.
Man,
I can't
like,
tell
what the fuck
you
are we doing?
how disappointed I was when there was no Reverse Flash. And I kind of expected it going in that they weren't gonna pull the trigger on something as awesome as that, because they have no setup for Reverse Flash, and I guess that's why. But like, this could be his intro. I don't care. Like, replace the fucked up version of Barry and put Eobard Thawne in there.
Like this movie is genuinely like in the negatives for me out of 10. I might give it a 1 out of 10 if I could see Eobard Thawne say it was me, Barry.
Remember when you were making out with your first girlfriend, and you came right as she touched your leg? It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed so it'd seem like you nutted at just a woman's touch!
And Thomas Wayne, like, you could have just done that. You basically
fucking
did.
serious.
You basically
I
did.
told a guy at work that I would sell my soul to see Jeffrey Dean Morgan play Thomas Wayne's Batman. All right,
That would be so hard.
again the comedian and Negan playing Thomas Wayne's Batman.
Oh,
Like,
and Conquest.
and Conquest. Yes, dude. Oh my goodness, dude.
That dude's got a fucking rap sheet, man.
Yeah, he was the dad in Supernatural. Like he is that fucking guy. Okay, he's been in some other minor roles too, but like I'm telling like that right there. Those are some great comic book adaptations that he pulled
Yeah.
off. Like, cause you fucking hate him as the comedian. You hate him. All right, Negan.
You hate
I
him as
personally
Negan.
love.
Well,
I loved him.
in the
Negan, I
show,
loved him.
like
Yeah,
when
I
he
loved him in everything.
when he popped up, you're like, that's my guy.
So like my favorite characters, spoiler alert on a 10-year-old bullshit. My favorite characters were Glenn and Abraham, like no bullshit, like going into it. And again, I was watching this as it was coming out.
I just think it's hilarious
And-
that one of your favorite characters is Abraham.
Abraham was
I
great,
was just
dude.
like that. He was kind of like a nothing burger to me.
Dude, I fucking loved him. He was so funny to me. And even like rewatching, I still liked him a lot. And I fucking love him in the comic. He's so good in the comic. But anyway, Jeffrey Dean Morgan comes on scene as Negan, kills both of my favorite characters in a brutal fucking way in the same episode.
And you still like him.
Instantly, he's my favorite character. Like everything he said in that shit was so great. I loved it so much.
You were like,
The delivery was
you know what?
fantastic.
Got a point.
Yeah,
got a point.
He's so good. He's fantastic. So yes, we were robbed. In conclusion, so I hope they do a lot better with Brave and the Bold.
Me too. So back to the top 5.
All right, this I do believe to be the start of, and this is a fucking hot take. This is the start of the best trilogy in the MCU. I have Guardians of the Galaxy #1. I think this movie it introduced me, and again, I'm not a James Gunn glazer. He just makes great stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's just,
Well, I mean, look at his track record.
it's fantastic.
He has
I have a poster-
the most high-rated film. All of the most highest-rated superhero films are him.
Yeah, I think the
Maybe
only
not
one that
all
is
of them, but
Yeah, but a number. And the only one that he has that isn't highly rated is Guardians 2, and even then I still think it's a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
I have a poster for Guardians of the Galaxy 1 over here to my left. I think this movie is fucking fantastic. I had no idea who the Guardians were going in. I watched it whenever I was in fourth grade. Had no idea what to expect, and it was my favorite movie for a very, very long time. I obviously grew up a little bit, got a little bit more mature, and it kind of went out of that bit. But Rocket Raccoon, fantastic. Groot, the entire ensemble cast is so good. I love Drax. He's so funny. I think Guardians 1 is a hilarious movie in a very good way. Not the way that, like, Thor is being pushed.
Yeah, not like the MCU-ification comedy.
No, I think it's actually funny. And the soundtrack, I think that puts it here on itself. And I think all three hold that up. I think they're all so fantastic. Brandy, You're a Fine Girl from Guardians 2 is still in my top 3 favorite songs of all time. Like, I think this movie's fantastic.
I've got plenty of songs on my playlist just because James Gunn put it in a movie.
That's so fucking valid. Also, real quick, a little tie-in back to Conquest. Ronan the Accuser, who's played by Lee Price, I think is his
Yes,
name,
bro.
is coming as fucking Thrag from Invincible.
They've
So
got a
excited.
stacked
Anyway,
casting in Invincible.
dude, it's so good. Speaking of fucking Glenn and Jeffrey D. Morgan.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Guardians 1, and I love all three of them. I think any of them could be put here, to be honest with you, but Guardians 1, I think, holds up the best as like its own standalone thing, of course, as an introduction. And I think you can get just about anybody, as long as they like sci-fi, sit them down to watch that movie and they'll fucking love it. Whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult, whether you're a preteen, I think no matter the age, I think you could sit down and watch that movie and enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think it's genuinely beautiful. And I think it's some of the best CGI we've ever seen.
Yeah. The fucking anytime they're in space, it looks so believable. And that's what I'm hoping we get in Supergirl too, because it seems to have kind of a similar vibe.
Right.
And I mean, in the trailer, it looks like it. I hope the screenplay holds up to like the art in that comic. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, that like the big twist where you realize he's not human, you know, and like he was willing to die to protect his newfound family. And instead, he's like, "What?" He's like, "I'm fine." But and like it has a perfect balance of comedy and seriousness, cause like there's a part where Rocket's getting drunk and talking about how he didn't ask to be made and how everyone just makes fun of him. And then there's a scene, one of the final scenes, the main character tries to dance battle the villain.
That's right, dude.
But then right after that too, you get where Groot saves them all. Like
yeah, that's.
Oh wait, or is that
such a
before?
Beautiful scene. It's before.
Yeah.
It's because it's like the ship crashes. That's when they meet running. I think that scene with Groot, like we're all like it's all lit up and pretty, and then you have Rocket crying.
And he says, "We are Groot."
Yeah, dude. Which I have a very deep emotion connection to animals. Like it's a very easy thing to get me emotional over animals. And Rocket's like a big part of that. And like God, I can't even talk about 3. But
dude,
anyway,
that shit made me cry like a baby.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, 100%. It's so great. I think that movie is genuinely beautiful. Like, it was a really big jump start for me to fall in love with Marvel, even though it was just these characters. I think they're fantastic. I think anything I've seen the Guardians in has been so fucking fun because of them as characters.
And he completely recreated the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Fantastic. All right, you're number 3.
My number 3 is X-Men First Class.
My fucking guy, dude.
This is my favorite Marvel movie by far. One of my favorite parts was growing up and learning that whole time Havoc was Cyclops' brother. Oh my god. I was like, Cyclops was right there. He was right there. We could have had him then. And even like when he's going in Cerebro and he's trying to find mutants, you see Cyclops and you see Storm. Yeah, like that kickstarts the X-Men universe perfectly. It could be the starting off point for X-Men and X2 and 3, or it could be the start of the next saga with the Phoenix movie. Right. But it's so good, and at a time where they weren't really doing like super classic comic book suits, they put them in the blue and the yellow like first appearance suits, and it was so hard.
And they had the Blackhawk too. They had the whole thing. And Nicholas Hoult as a callback as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think that's one of my favorite parts is like Beast's insecurity about his condition, his mutant gene, and the thing is, it's so minor. In terms of mutations, it's so minor. He could just put shoes on.
That's it.
But it's like society outcasts those people, calls them freaks, even amongst themselves.
Yeah, amongst the mutants, he's still called a freak.
Yeah. And that drives him to, become even more of a freak. And he has to embrace it. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about the best part yet. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Fucking
good, dude.
Professor X and Magneto's relationship.
Oh, so
fucking
good.
Eric Lester and Charles Xavier. Bro. It's borderline yaoi. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, that's perfect for the comics. It's like, they are this close to kissing.
Dude,
That was
such a
this close, by the way. This close to kissing.
it's so good. I love the relationship so much because it's very brotherly
Yeah.
in some aspects, but it is a genuine relationship between the two of them. You can tell that Xavier really cares about Eric and the way that he genuinely cares, but also getting to see Eric's backstory. And I also think the villains. I think the only downside of this movie, genuinely, the only downside is what they did with Darwin, and that's a callback to Superman because he finally gets it.
God, that was so fucking
downside.
stupid.
It was. I think that was one of the best uses of the word "fuck" in a PG-13 movie. Wolverine.
Yeah.
I think seeing Azazel on screen with Mystique and they're fighting each other, and knowing later on they produce Nightcrawler, who is one of the best X-Men ever.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love it so much. I love the relationship between Raven and Magneto. I love the relationship between Raven and Xavier. I love it all so much. I think it's such a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
It's a great pick.
And like at the end, whenever he deflects the bullet and it goes into Charles's leg, he's like, "I got fat my legs."
So good. I also think Magneto saying that he's been at the helm of men just following orders before and never again. I think that is so good.
That's like the best one of the best comic book castings of all time.
Yeah, I really am so sad that he will not continue to be Magneto.
I know. Instead of them bringing back all the old actors and shit, bro, bring back them.
Yeah,
bring back him specifically.
Yeah, I want James McAvoy.
Honestly, yeah.
I think he is one of the greatest actors of our generation. Seriously, I don't know if you've ever seen Split.
Yeah, Split is insane. The fact that he can just jump between different people like that, it's crazy.
Didn't get an Oscar nomination, by the way.
No, that's just like such an Oscar showcase. like that's.
He could have got Best Supporting Actor, Actress, and Best
Actress.
He got everything. He got everything.
What was the girl's personality in that movie?
Patricia.
Patricia, yeah. You should have got supporting actress for Patricia.
Yeah, no, he had 2 or 3 girls, but the main one that he did was Patricia. Anyway, he was brilliant. That whole cast is just fantastic. It's such a good movie.
On to number 2.
So my number 2 is The Batman 22 with Robert Pattinson. It's so fucking crazy that a movie this good was made out of a comic book. Like, it is such a... Because I think genuinely you could put this movie standalone, get rid of it being Batman, have a guy in just, like, all black outfit, and it's still one of the best detective noir films ever made.
Mm-hmm.
If you took all the comic book out of it, it's still fantastic. And even though knowing that it has the comic book attached to it, such a great adaptation. Fucking Paul Dano. Fuck you, Quentin Tarantino, for saying that shit, by the way. I love his movies, but holy shit, what a fucking insane...
Fucking freak feet guy.
Yeah, weirdo. Anyway, Paul Dano he fucking killed it, dude. Robert Pattinson, look, the amount of people in my life that were like, "Oh, Twilight, oh, sparkly vampire, you can't be Batman." I was like, y'all motherfuckers were saying the same thing over Heath Ledger, and look at what happened. Now you're dick riding. So I knew from the jump this man was going to have it, okay? And knowing that Matt Reeves based this all off of Kurt Cobain's personality, and he started riding after Something in the Way, and then that needle drop of Something in the Way when he flips his visor down,
it's so good.
Right now. I saw the movie 3 times in theaters, dude.
Hell yeah, I saw it twice.
I have a Batman poster right here.
I have that same poster. It's just not up on this wall.
Yeah, I also have a IMAX variant of The Long Halloween #1 for the Batman. It is such a great fucking movie, dude. I love it. I watched it again on Batman Day. Still holds up. I think The Penguin is a great continuation. I think Matt Reeves is doing us some fucking justice in this world right now.
Yeah.
It's so good. Look, if the Batman has no fans, I'm dead. It is so fucking good.
As much as I want to see that Batman specifically crossover with David Cornswret's Superman. Matt Reeves obviously knows what he's doing with the character, and why interrupt his vision? He's gonna give us some heat, and
I'm so excited.
yeah, that movie being like 90% Batman was amazing. It's like, I think a lot of the other movies before were plagued by Bruce Wayne almost. Because, like, in Batman comics, you're not reading Bruce Wayne. You're reading Batman.
Yeah.
And they showcase his detective skills. And,
Actually showing him be a detective.
yeah.
Like, dude.
And he has, like, dry humor, too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. Because in the comics, he does have that kind of dry humor. You know, he's not completely stoic. And, like, whenever he's with Gordon in the car, and he's like, dumb drive.
Speaking of Gordon, I think Edgar Wright is a fantastic
Yeah,
commissioner.
I think he's our best.
I don't know if I'd put him over
J.K. Simmons?
Gary Oldman. I was thinking Gary Oldman.
Oh, J.K. That's who I meant. I don't know why the fuck I said J.K. Simmons.
Well, J.K. Simmons was in Justice League,
Yeah.
so I could understand, but I
But-
don't know about all that. Gary Oldman in The Dark Knight, I think he's probably one of the best parts.
That's
of
true.
The
He
Dark
did.
Knight trilogy.
Yeah, I think he might be better. But their chemistry is better in the Batman.
Yeah, 100%. And I think Edgar Wright has a solid chance of taking
Mm-hmm.
Gary Oldman's spot. But we've only seen one movie, so I think that's the big difference here. I think everything about that movie is just so
Yeah.
good. Everybody's chemistry. I think Batman's interaction with the police. I think him saying, the guy saying, "I got you on assaulting an officer." He's like, "You got me on assaulting 3." Like,
And he
it's so
didn't.
great.
But the thing, he didn't even do anything yet. Then he started whooping ass.
Dude, it's so great. I love that movie so much. And Colin Farrell's Penguin, dude. Fucking Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman. What are we
Transformative
doing?
performance. Colin Farrell does not look like the Penguin. Like, they look, and it's like when he puts a prosthetic makeup on, he's a completely different person.
It's so great. And the accent and everything. Again, this dude's Scottish, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like, and his accent is so fucking great. The way that he is fucking, the way that he has to, his gait, because he has a limp. Like, everything about his character is just so fucking
I
brilliant.
just can't see past the prosthetic makeup. Like, I can't see that there's an actor there.
Yeah, that's just.
That's
That's
Oz Cobb.
Yeah, that's Oz Cobb. Yeah. I'm so excited. Also, we have confirmation of Sebastian Stan coming as Harvey Dent.
Dude.
And Scarlett Johansson playing as his wife. So I think they are going to adapt Long Halloween.
I'm so excited.
But Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent is such a great.
It really
I'm
is.
so stoked for that. I really hope we get to see him be the DA and then devolve. I don't want like automatic like. The Dark Knight, I think, did a good job, but I would like a movie of just Harvey Dent and then see the digression on the next movie. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Where we can really step fall from grace.
Which, if they're doing the Long Halloween, probably less likely.
Yeah, I really hope they're not doing Long Halloween though. I love it so much, but
He's
really
probably
want to see
gonna
another
he's
story.
probably gonna do his own thing.
Yeah, make the Court of Owls at the helm. I really want to see them. in
I
the
think
sequel, so.
people were saying that it's too early for that, but I mean, I understand where they're coming from. Where it's like it's supposed to be they're supposed to be under Batman's nose for that long, and he doesn't know. But I kind of don't like that because he's supposed to be the best detective in the world, right? So I mean, if they're there in the first couple of years, and it ties in with the ending of the Penguin, where he's like getting himself involved in like municipal court and shit like that,
Right.
like it would be perfect.
Changing his name to Cobb also goes into that because again, the original Talon was William Cobb, so it's like, why would you change it from Cobblepot? Like, what would be the purpose of that? That doesn't make it more grounded.
Holy shit.
You see owls all throughout the courthouse in the Penguin. And then there's another thing in the Batman that also led to it. And then Pattinson and Dano were both in an interview like, yo, it would be really cool to see the courthouse.
It really would. And because it's a recent comic, relatively, and
Yeah.
like I feel like it takes like usually like 10 to 20 years before they adapt something into the comics. Well, shit, it's
It's been 20 years,
been
big dog. It's been 20 years. 2005.
holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait, it came out in 2005?
Yeah, 2005.
That's fucking nuts. Wow.
All right. You're number 2.
My number 2 is Watchmen.
My fucking man.
Dr. Manhattan's performance in that, Rorschach, I couldn't have thought of a better casting for Rorschach, even after the fact.
Earl Haley is so great.
Dude,
So good.
like, he encapsulates the disgustingness of Rorschach so well. I mean, this was my introduction to the Watchmen universe, as is a lot of people's, and it's one of the best comic book movies that I've ever seen. It's the ending, spoiler alert, once again, how old is this movie? Like 10, 15 years?
9.
Yeah. So, about 15 years old. But the ending with Ozymandias, we've talked about this a lot. The ending with Ozymandias killing all those people in Dr. Manhattan's name to try to end the war so that they have a common enemy, and Rorschach, deciding that he can't stand for that, and Dr. Manhattan killing him so that, all the loose ends are tied up. Dr. Manhattan can be the villain so that people can live in peace. It's a fucking amazing ending.
So good.
And, I mean, everyone perfectly cast. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, like you said, as a comedian, you hate him. You hate him so much. He's disgusting.
I think Patrick Wilson as Night Owl was also great. He was really, really good.
Yeah.
I also don't know Ozymandias' name, but I think he fucking killed that too. Man.
Yeah. Like the stoic nature of his character, he's just like emotionless. He's just all
He's
knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
All
So
empirical
good.
evidence. He's like, well, if we go off the numbers, it's not too bad. A couple million for a couple billion ain't too bad.
Considering the movie was made in 2009 and the CGI is as great as it is, because I don't think there's a bad moment of CGI in that movie.
And I want to compare that to The Flash, which came out, last year? Or the year before?
23.
Damn! Fuck! Time's flying. Holy shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
CGI that horrible should not exist if there's CGI that phenomenal back in
I don't
2009.
know what the budget was for that movie, for Watchmen. I can't imagine it being much. But then again, 300 fucking broke the internet, so it might have been a lot. One of Zack Snyder's only wins.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Watchmen is fucking fantastic.
So, I mean, am I correct in assuming that's your number one?
So that is a great segue into my number one big surprise. It is Watchmen 09, directed by Zack Snyder, starring Jack Earl Haley and Patrick Wilson, and Jeffrey D. Morgan. It is so great. I just sent my dad the opening sequence for the credits just the other day because the protest scene with the flowers. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
For
Or
those-
she puts the flower in there and then the gunshot goes off.
For those of you that haven't seen it, there's a scene that looks like what I would imagine to be hippies at a protest. I assume protesting Vietnam would be the assumption, and then a series of armed guards pointing guns at them. Little girl puts a flower in the barrel of a rifle, and then they all fire, killing the entire crowd. Fuck three-letter agencies, by the way.
Fuck three-letter agencies once again.
To anybody that says that comics aren't political or that we should keep politics out of comics, fuck you. Have you read The Watchmen? Have you seen Watchmen?
It's literally a deconstruction of politics.
I mean, there's not much more to be said about this movie. It is so fucking good. Now, look, to those of you that have read it and aren't fans, I think you're tripping. It does miss points, for sure. Now, mind you, I did watch the movie first and then read it, so maybe that's why I feel this way. But it misses some huge points, but even that is still made up by how good the movie is. It's almost a fucking panel-to-panel film, like almost. And it does change the ending. I'm not going to spoil it because Josh here has not read it, and I keep fucking commenting for him to read it. So
I'm gonna put it on my desk right.
Yeah, you
Look,
need to
I'm
read
kidding
it.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
fuck Batman
kid you
Superman,
not.
read it.
I'm putting it on my desk right now.
Good. About fucking time, dude. And Darn Devil, if you're watching this, what the hell, dude? You back me up. He needs to read this shit. All right. What's your number one, big dog?
My number one is the Batman.
Oh, the holy shit. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So we've covered that. Paul Dano as the Riddler. He's like a Zodiac killer-esque villain. It's amazing. I never thought I needed a Riddler who was like a psychotic serial killer, but it works so well.
Hell, dude.
He tapes him up with duct tape and shit, and no more lies. The thing is, the Riddler in that movie was inspired by the Batman, which I think such a good way of like putting that into live action media, because that's a commentary in real life And I mean, even in the comics, I forgot what comic it was that I read that, but it was like the moment you donned the cape and cowl was the moment that you inspired people to dye their hair green, wear a straw hat, and jump across these roofs. It's kind of undeniable.
It's all fictional stuff, but like I think there's things that are worth talking about in the commentary of it because it's such a nuanced idea to discuss, and I fucking great.
Yeah, getting rid of the vigilante doesn't get rid of the injustices that created him. Batman started this whole journey so that no kid ended up like him. That's the whole point. And that's because Gotham was a place where any family could just walk through an alley and get murdered. You know, and Batman wants to change that, but that inspires people to do the same thing but for their ideologies, which for some people is spreading chaos. The Riddler in that movie, he's damn near like an Ozymandias character.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to rid the government of corruption, and he sees what he's doing as the just way, like it's retribution for your lies.
Dude, it's so good.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie. It's my favorite comic book movie of all time.
And that's completely fitting. I do believe it's up there in the top, like definitely top.
Top two.
Yeah. I think like if I was like looking at it objectively and I didn't just put.
Yeah.
I still think it's top 3.
100%.
It's the best Batman movie, hands down. I think people arguing against that don't know the character.
Yeah.
I also want to point out the Riddler was so well done. But I love the fact that they show that he was his own downfall because of the fact that he was trying to hurt the rich of Gotham and only hurt the poor. And as we saw in the Penguin, it directly affected people in families like Victor Aguilar's family. And even Oz's mother was affected by it. So I think showing that was a really, really good way of just communicating how bad an ideology can get if it's not well kept. I'm so stoked to see what comes forward out of this.
I remember watching that movie and being like, all right, it's about to get wrapped up. Whole hour left.
Yeah.
Whole hour left. I was like, surely it's gonna end soon, but there doesn't seem like an end is in sight. And then the dams fall. And then Batman in that movie coming to the realization that he needs to not be vengeance, but be justice. He needs to be Batman.
So that leads me into another point I want to bring up with this movie. My favorite cinematographer is Greg Fraser, who did the Batman. He also did Rogue One, if you've ever seen that.
Rogue One's an amazing movie.
Fan-fucking-tastic. It's so
one of the best Star Wars movies.
I think it is the best Star Wars movie.
I think it's definitely top 3.
He also did both of the Dune movies. He did Dune 1 and Dune 2. So this guy is a fucking heater. My third favorite shot of all time. Like of all movies ever. My third favorite shot. I'm not talking about like in terms of like the sequence that happens. I'm talking about pure visuals. Batman walking through that alley, or that like hallway. You see nothing except for the fucking muzzle flash flare from the AKs hitting him. And it's just him whooping ass, and all you can see is the muzzle flash.
Yeah.
It's so fucking brilliant. And that also, like, again, the scene you're talking about, the flare in the water, the scene of him cutting the fucking wire and falling down, the scene of the damn, like, whenever the helicopter's coming in and dropping the kids, and he's just looking up. It's so fucking good. Greg Fraser was cooking.
The most Batman thing that I've ever seen was when he's fighting all the Riddlers and shit, and he's like throws them over the edge, and they're just like dangling there, and then he's like wrapping around the scaffolding and shit. Like he's just moving like he doesn't have all that fucking armor on him. In an ideal world, I wouldn't have all that armor on him, but Robert Pattinson's suit looks so good that I don't even care. That cowl. That cowl is so good with the visual stitching. It's shouting out the classic Adam West shit with like the little face frame with the stitching. Yeah. It's so good. And he's got the adrenaline. He's got so many gadgets in there.
So do you think that's Venom?
I've heard that people think that. I don't.
I thought that initially.
I thought that initially too, and I was like, holy shit.
Like an early prototype of Venom.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
That's what I was saying. Whenever, because again, he got really angry and didn't realize what he was doing.
Yeah, and he was just like, boom, 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 boom. Catwoman and Batman's chemistry is crazy. I've heard people say that Anne Hathaway's Catwoman is better, and I'm like, in what fucking world?
Zoe Kravitz?
Like,
you tell me that
Zoe Kravitz is by far a better Catwoman I think.
Also,
And when you see through her eyes in the club, and her commentary on that is phenomenal.
So good. Also, I think even getting to see what that looks like on the ground floor of what Gotham's crime really looks like, because she's going into the because I know it's the Iceberg Lounge, but I can't remember what the other area is.
Yeah, I forget, but it's under the Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah, and then seeing all of the politicians there, and they're all doing drugs, and they're all talking about these cases, and they have the girls around them that are calming them down and shit, and how the guy's kind of being a creep, and he's still trying to push to get her to go home with him. I think that was such a good move to make you really see how fucking disgusting Gotham City is and why they need Batman there. Because again, you're like, oh, the police's job. The fucking DA is there. The whole DA is
Yeah.
right there. That's drugs.
Yeah.
Also, one thing we didn't talk about: the Riddler and his Saw-esque traps. Like the rat cage on the chief of police. I even think the bomb strap, the phone streaming phone.
And then you see, it's so in our cultural zeitgeist, but seeing Batman on FaceTime in a movie is fucking hilarious.
It's great. It's great. What a fucking awesome list, man. What a great list.
I'm Jiwa, one half of the Joshing Around podcast, and I just wanted to thank you for watching this video. If you made it this far, please like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what kind of video you'd like to see next. We'll see y'all in the next one.